Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm checking a game called Fellowship. I've previously checked this out. There was a demo available and now there's a playtest available until the 23rd of September. Now this is a game, I think it was made by some people who previously worked on World of Warcraft, don't quote me on that. But it's essentially a PvE dungeon group game where you pick a class, find a group, and 5 of you go into that group and just do the dungeon. You've got your standard DPS, tank, and healer classes. So the game doesn't actually have any controller support. It's only mouse and keyboard. You've got a lot of spells on your screen. So last time I played it, I did so using mouse and keyboard. Let me actually start and look for a group while I'm telling you all this. So I went ahead and made sort of a template that we can use with the Steam Deck. As you can see, right now I'm using the analog sticks, and I have a lot of the buttons key map. Like we can strafe using the left and right triggers. We can turn around like this. This game, much like other MMOs where you have a lot of spells, wasn't designed to be played with a controller. But I've sort of made it work. Now it only works with a DPS class. If you're a hero that has to specifically target your teammates or anything like that, you're gonna have a hard time. So I've managed to map the movement to the left analog stick and some of the camera turning to the right. And with Y, I'm able to target. For my 1 and 2 spells are bind to X and B. 3 and 4 is bind to the left and right of the D-pad. That way you can easily get them. I also have bound the zoom in and zoom out to the back triggers. For switching targets, I have tap bound to Y, and then jump is A, which would be standard for these types of games. Now, there are some things you can't really do, like you can't really adjust the camera a lot. If you hold down the right bumper, you can adjust with this, but the camera is kind of like made to follow the character. Now all these other people have mounts. I don't have a mount, but yeah, for the most part, most of the functionality can be remapped. Now there is an issue. I couldn't remap. There are the second bar of spells is set to shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, and currently in this form of the game, you're not able to change any of that. You have very limited capability of changing any key bindings inside the game, and I wasn't able to find a way to actually make the Steam Deck remap to more than one button. So I can make it map to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I can't make it map to shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, the game also struggles sometimes with the FPS. Not sure what's happening right now, but this is running on the lowest possible settings with FSR set to balance. Sometimes it will struggle and then it will come back. So it is a playtest, it's an open beta, so hopefully this will get fixed in the future. The game also uses easy anti-cheat, so this is something that you ought to know. It does run on the Steam Deck, but currently it requires you to use a very specific command, which I'll link in the description, in order to launch it. Something else I've made is if I press the D-pad up, that will bring up the map. If I press down, that will bring my character panel. That's something you can do. As I said, this is probably best to be done using a DPS class, because if you use a tank or a healer, you need to be quickly changing targets or anything like that. It's going to be a bit hard, especially if you're a healer. And then again, I'm not even playing to the fullest because I'm third at DPS. I think even the healer is doing some kind of DPS. So my DPS is not very well using this setup. Now, I admit I don't really know this class, so I could be doing better probably. But I don't have access to half of my spells because they're bound to like shift 3, shift 4. The other thing I've done is, I'm not sure if you guys know, you can do this on the Steam Deck. You can actually make the left trackpad work like a radio menu. So if I slide my finger on it, I have mapped to 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I press like that, this will activate 5, 6, 7. So you can add a bunch of different buttons. The only issue again is I'm not able to map shift and a number, and the game doesn't currently allow you to change that key binding. This is an always online title. As you can see, I'm playing with 3 other people. I'm gonna jump over to the capture card. and we're going to talk about how this game runs in terms of performance. Right, so in terms of performance, as I said earlier, this is running on the lowest possible settings, and you can use FSR or you can use TSR. This is actually an Unreal Engine title. You can use FSR or TSR if you want. Currently, I'm using FSR set to balanced, and it will mostly run at 60 FPS, but it will occasionally dip down to even 10 FPS, as you saw earlier. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but it's probably just related to it being an open beta playtest. So yeah, if you really wanted to try it out this game on the Steam Deck, technically you can. It will work well enough in terms of performance for you to test out some of the dungeons. However, in terms of actually controlling your character, it will take some time to get used to this setup. Now, I have created a community template and I have uploaded it. So if you do download this game on your Steam Deck and if you want to try the open beta or once it launches, you can go to controller settings, and here you can select community layouts and you're gonna find inflow controller config. You can use that one, and this is what the layout actually looks like. You can pause the video right here to see all the buttons that I've done, but you can change all of that and you can customize it to your own liking. But yeah, I don't think the developers... Oh, this is a boss actually. Oh, this is a boss. Let's see if we can get some decent damage out here. I'm gonna use all my spells. I think we have to... Oh shit, yeah, we do have to get out. Now we have to get in. Now we have to get out. This is not a melee friendly boss and I'm not too fast at getting out. Pressing all sorts of buttons, but yeah. Oh, I have to dodge these. So it will still stick around 58, 59 FPS even with all this happening on the screen. Let me activate some of my other spells. And currently I'm last on DPS, so these guys would kick me if they could. Not sure if there's a system for that. I think these are combo points I have to use. Yeah, so if I learn my quest, maybe I would do better DPS, but kinda looks ugly on the lowest settings. You could definitely use some shadows. And maybe once the full game releases, we're gonna be able to play at around 45 FPS using shadows. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try after this boss. I'm gonna try and bump up a few of the settings and see what we can get at. Yeah, with some shadows, we're still getting around 60. The game looks a little bit better. I think they can definitely play this on medium settings, actually. Medium settings with some shadows, we're getting some dips, so it is a little bit stuttery. Hopefully that's something that they're gonna fix once the full game releases. I mainly wanted to cover the controller config for this game, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more Steam Deck content. You can also check out my Steam Curator page where I post recommendations for how games run on the Steam Deck. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.